What's going on, people? It's your boy Neeks back with another match review after this FA Cup third round replay. Manchester United 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. One piece of magic settles this tie. Yes, it's finished Old Trafford 1-0 to Manchester United through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. And it was a very tightly contested game. Very tightly contested game. Nothing more than we expect when we play Wolves. It seems like we play Wolves about 6 times a season. We played them last season, obviously twice in the league, once in the FA Cup. And we were playing them like back to back, one week after another. This season we played them 3 times already. Now we've still got another game to go in the league. And so far it's been very difficult. If I'm correct, this is our first win against them in the 2 seasons that we've played. We lost twice last season in at Molineux. Drew at home, and this season we've drawn at the Molineux twice, once in the league, once in the FA Cup. Finally got that win, and we're through to the next round. Wasn't a great game. Wasn't a great game. Something, unfortunately, we've come to expect, whilst not accepting, that Manchester United against teams that defend deep, and Wolves didn't really have much intention of going forward, other than through maybe getting the ball up to Adama Traore and hoping that Raul Jimenez could do something. They wasn't very adventurous. They made sure they got men behind the ball very quickly. But additionally, we take so long to get the ball forward that it allows them to get men back. The times when we did get the ball forward, we looked to threat. When we got the ball forward quickly, shall I say, we looked to threat. But those were few and far between, despite having the majority of the possession. Started the game off quickly, like in the first couple of minutes. Got a chance very early. Ball over the top, I believe it was from Juan to Daniel James. And he tried to go around the keeper. The touch, yes, it could have been heavier to make sure it goes past the keeper, but if it was too heavy, he would have gone out for a corner away from the goal. I don't think he could do much more than he did unless he went for a first-time finish, but he tried to go around the keeper as the ball was bouncing, and Riley got a good hand on it. And then after that, we just stopped creating chances, if we're going to be honest. Stopped creating any kind of chances, didn't look threatening at all. Not that Wolves were very threatening, but they did create 2 of the best chances of the game. One, it was a cross from Adama Traore, got past Wan-Bissaka. He got past him a couple times, not massively, but just a couple times did he get past him. And I guess, you know, at first Wan-Bissaka was getting the better of him, and a couple times he was able to use his pace to do that. And I guess that's one of his strengths, his probably biggest asset, his pace and his power itself. And he was able to get past and then get an across with his, I think it was the outside of his foot. And Raul Jimenez took it down beautifully, sold Maguire and Lindelof, came in on his left foot, but the shot was straight at Romero. And then another chance where they actually had a goal. They had a goal disallowed for handball by VAR. Very poor from Fred. A throw-in came, I think it was from Wan-Bissaka to Matic. Matic passed it to Fred back towards the touchline, and he went to play. Some will call it a suicide pass, but I think he was trying to go across the field to the far end, and the ball really didn't get off the ground. It hit Matic, who was maybe 5 yards away from him, and fell sweetly to Jimenez, I believe it was. The ball was a slight heavy touch from Jimenez to Maguire, who then got in the challenge, and it was a successful challenge. And as it bounced off Maguire, hit Jimenez's arm, fell to Neto, and scored. And of course, the VAR checked it and saw it was a handball. And as the rule is, once it hits your hand, it cannot assist or score a goal, whether intentionally or not. Of course, it was unintentional. Jimenez didn't even know where the ball went after it hit him. There's an argument that Jimenez actually fouled Maguire anyway, because as I said, Maguire got to the ball first. And similar, slightly less so, but similar to the Aubameyang challenge where Jimenez was just late in for the challenge. Or you might say closer to the Robertson one, in the sense that it was a loose touch and he was trying to go after the ball. Unlike Robertson, he didn't actually get the ball at all and he just kind of trod on Maguire's foot. So even if not the handball, it could have been done for a foul. I'm not sure if it would have, but it could have been done for a foul. Either way, it was ruled out for handball. And other than that, the game was pretty boring. Very, very boring. Meanwhile, there was another game going in the FA Cup, Carlisle versus Cardiff. Last I saw was 4-3 to Cardiff. And that's where all the goals were. We weren't looking at any kind of excitement over at Old Trafford. And that's from both teams. And it was a bit of, you to me, to you, to me, to you, not much going on. And then a piece of magic. After a few substitutions, we brought on Rashford, brought on Andres Pereira for Greenwood and Daniel James. Greenwood did struggle in this game. Daniel James actually had another chance, to be fair. He went through another ball over the top. And he went through and Ruddy saved again. And there was a shot from Marshall, a long ball up, and Greenwood nodded it down, and Marshall took a snapshot with his left foot, and it just skewed wide. So we created these half chances, half moment, but no clear-cut opportunities until we made a few substitutions. The ball broke to Marshall near the centre circle, and he took it away from the defender, and Mata, who was pretty much in naked space, put it through. He just stayed onside and waited for the keeper to come and commit himself and just dinked it over him. A piece of magic. Quality, cute finish from the little Spaniard. He was actually given the man the match award. I think that's probably fair because if anything was going to happen, any kind of creativity was coming from him. Rashford did look good when he came on. But the bad news, of course, we're through to the next round. But Rashford came on as a sub and then went down injured and had to come off in the end. It looked like he had a back injury. We see and hope that he recovers. He was able to walk off the pitch, but we do hope that he can recover before the weekend's game and he's not out for any length of time. He has been, without a doubt, our best player, most effective player this season. In terms of the players, I think most people had an average game, nothing exciting. Williams was good against Neto. He had that battle was going on all night. Wan-Bissaka was decent as well, both at the back and up top. He was trying to get past his man and got in a few crosses, but we didn't commit enough men into the box all the times or offer the right amount of support, but intent was there. Fred started off very, very poor, if I'm not going to lie. Grew into the game, but the midfield is just lacking. The midfield is lacking quality in terms of breaking down the opposition. Mata was our most creative player. That's why he plays the number 10 position. But because of his lack of physicality at this age and this stage of his career, he's not as effective as he used to be. So that's why we need someone who is as creative, even more so creative, with more mobility in that position, a la Bruno Fernandes. Matic was alright, tidy but safe. Two centre-backs, Maguire and Lindelof, very, very comfortable all evening. Maguire was very good. Actually, I think he was just beaten once late in the game. He went in on a tackle on Jimenez on the right-hand side, but he was very commanding throughout. And whilst it wasn't a comfortable victory in the sense that it wasn't 2 or 3-0, it was a very tight game. Wolves didn't really trouble Romero, if we're being completely honest, but because the game was so tight, it would only take one moment, and it could have been extra time and more. But as it was, one goal, one moment, and we are through to the next round of the FA Cup, where we will play, and I cannot remember. I want to say it's a Premier League side, because I remember when the draw was made, and I was already thinking, poor, how we keep drawing all these Premier League sides. Wow. I think obviously Liverpool drew Everton in the last round, so fair enough. But I think they drew Middlesbrough, and can't remember who Man City drew. But in the next round we are playing Tranmere Watford. So obviously I'm looking at that. Well, of course Watford are going to go through, but that game was 3-3 last time out. So I guess there's no given. We don't know what's going to happen. Of course we'll take Tranmere, but it's a decent draw either way. Away from home, yes. But considering we're not challenging for a Premier League, we're probably going to be out of the League Cup. Europa League is not going to be easy. FA Cup's a trophy. So Solskjaer spoken about winning, and one that me as a fan, I would be delighted to have another day out at Wembley and see the boys lift the trophy. But it's a long way from there. 1-0 at Old Trafford, marred by the Rashford injury, which you hope is not serious at all. I'm sure Solskjaer will address it in his press conference when we hear in the coming days what the outcome of that. Man United progress into the 4th round of FA Cup. Guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Share this video. I'll see you soon.